Viewers, buckle up because today's story is going to be a roller coaster. What just happened between Martell Holt and Maurice Scott is the kind of drama that leaves the entire love and marriage Huntsville fan base buzzing. You're going to want to stay with me until the very end because I'm breaking down Martell's Instagram stories. The episode that triggered his reaction, the messy back-and-forth history between him and Maurice, and how this could shift the entire cast dynamic. Moving forward, trust me, every detail connects, and by the end of this video, you're going to see this feud in a whole new light. So let's start with the fire that lit this up. On Instagram, Martell Holt decided he wasn't going to hold back after watching the episode. He went in on Maurice Scott, letting his frustrations spill all over his stories. Now, for those of you who may not know, when Martell gets upset and takes it to social media, it's not just a post and delete situation. His words hit the blogs, fans dissect them, and before long, it becomes the main topic of conversation. That's exactly what's happening right now. The episode that just aired showed Maurice Scott making comments about Martell's mental health. And we all know that's a sensitive subject for anyone, especially when it's coming from someone you've worked alongside for years, someone who's supposed to be part of your circle, even if it's a complicated one. Martell clearly did not appreciate Maurice weighing in. And instead of staying quiet, he came forward with his version of events and called Maurice out. On his IG story, Martell recounted the night of his accident, explaining that while he was driving, he hit an animal, then hit a tree, and then a pole. The way he described it was serious, but the way Maurice responded to it on the episode made it come across as almost laughable. Maurice joked about Martell sounding like a 9-year-old and laughed in a way that Martell felt was mocking. 2. Martell, this wasn't funny at all. In his mind, this was a moment where he was vulnerable, sharing his truth, and Maurice made light of it. That was enough to set Martell off, and he clapped back hard. Now, let's pause right here. Think about it. Maurice is known on the show as the logical one, the guy who tries to sound rational, but fans have also noticed that sometimes he throws shade in ways that cut deep. Martell, on the other hand, has a history of lashing out when he feels cornered. Put the two of them together in this type of situation and sparks are guaranteed to fly. And this isn't just about one accident or one comment. This goes back to years of tension, years of accusations, and years of people saying things on and off camera that can't be taken back. Martell didn't just stop at defending himself about the accident. He went further, reminding everyone about the situation with Ariane Curry, the infamous mistress who has been tied to Martell's storyline for years. He told Maurice to stop playing and basically dared him to sue if he thought Martell and Ariane were lying about that interview situation. That was Martell's way of flipping the script, saying, if I'm lying, take me to court. But you won't, because you know it's true. That's the energy Martell was coming with, and he clearly wanted to put Maurice on the spot. Now here's where it gets even more layered. On the episode, Maurice also made a statement that Martell has been playing the villain for so long that he's become the villain. That right there is a loaded comment. Think about it, fans of love and marriage. Huntsville have seen Martell's rise and fall, from his marriage to Melody Shari, to the cheating scandal with Ariane Curry, to his divorce, to his business struggles, and now to his ongoing clashes with cast members. For years, Martell has been portrayed as the bad guy. But Maurice saying it outright, that hit a nerve. Martell clapped back, saying he doesn't like negativity, and that he only started responding because he was tired of being lied on and attacked. And honestly, if you've watched Martell over the seasons, you know he always finds a way to justify his actions. He says he only lashed out because he was provoked, because people wouldn't stop coming for him, because the lies kept spreading. This time, he even explained that when he teased putting out that interview with Ariane, it wasn't because he wanted to it, was because he wanted Maurice and Martell Scott to call him, talk to him, and maybe even apologize for what he says are lies in Martell's mind. He gave them a warning shot, hoping they'd back down. But when they didn't, he felt he had no choice but to pull the trigger. Now, whether you agree with Martell or not, one thing is clear. He's not afraid to drag his castmates when he feels disrespected. And Maurice isn't the only one he's gone after. Remember, Martell has a long history of tension with Martell Scott too. Martell and Maurice are brothers, so if Martell is going at one, he's essentially throwing shots at both. That family connection makes this feud even messier. Because it's not just about individuals, it's about alliances. Martell is married to Letitia Scott, who already has her own drama with Melody Shari. Kimmy Scott, who's married to Maurice, usually tries to keep the peace. But when her husband is the one under fire, how long can she stay neutral? Let's not forget Miss Wanda, who never misses a chance to jump into the drama and stir the pot even more. This is exactly why this latest blow-up between Martell and Maurice feels so significant. It's not just a one-off, it has ripple effects that can shift how the entire cast interacts moving forward. Martell is making it clear he's not going to sit back quietly. And Maurice is doubling down on his perspective that Martell is his own worst enemy. That type of clash is the kind that can carry an entire season of drama. Now let's circle back to what Martell said about going lower and lower. If people keep coming for him, that line right there tells you everything you need to know about where his head is at. Martell feels like he's been pushed for years by the Scotts, by the public, by his ex-wife Melody Shari, and even by the show itself. And now he's saying if they don't stop, he's willing to go to the darkest places to defend himself. That's not just drama. That's a warning. And if you know Martell, you know he doesn't always think through the long-term consequences before he acts in the moment. Before we go any further, I need you all to stay locked in because the next part of this story involves the bigger picture. How Martell's beef with Maurice ties into his past with Melody, his reputation with Arian Curry, and even the way fans view him as a father. You do not want to miss how all of this connects, because the drama doesn't stop at one Instagram story. This is part of a much larger web, and by the end of this video, you're going to see just how tangled it all is.